Yes, guys, we are live on YouTube as we head to the Game Week 11 deadline. Hello to everyone watching on Catch Up. I'm going to just spend the next 20 minutes or so talking through my team. I've made 3 free transfers. And hello to everyone watching live on YouTube. How you doing, team? It's early, isn't it? It's a bit early for a deadline stream. Well, I just thought, why not? Let's go early. I'm taking my daughter to ballet at 8:30 a.m. UK time. So I've got an hour and a half. I'm going to do half an hour on my channel. I'm going to go over to CGA at 7:30 as well. So guys, get your coffee in if you're in the UK because it's an early start. If you're not in the UK, fair play for getting up so early, and thank you for joining me. Let's say hello to a few of you, shall we? We've got Jason in the house. He's in Europe. Say early morning for him. Ice G as well. Gigi didn't wake you up too early. Mate, Gigi's been up since 3. Don't worry about that. Up since 3. And Ice G, I didn't go, Bruno, as you suggested. Ryan's in the house. It's barely morning here. Yeah. Freddie's got 3 kids. Go back to sleep. Absolutely. We're twins. Hope you managed to get a few hours sleep in. You know, I slept really well till 3. Yeah, proper early. CH is in the house. Love that. Thank you so much, CH. Just don't be sure to hit the like button. Oh, Mauritius in the house. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce where you are, Jason, but is that Lithuania? What is the city? The city's in what country? Let me know what country you guys are in. We've got Mauritius in the house, Kunal. We've got George in Kuala Lumpur. We've got Sadat in Ghana. And we've got Maggot in... Is Maggot in Worcestershire or I can't remember where? Somewhere in the UK, somewhere a small towny, I think. Maggot, let us know. We got Devendra in Mumbai. We got Laklan in Senesi or Bern. I would say Senesi. Newcastle away from home. Yes, John in Joburg. We got Cape Town represent. Cape Town, my favourite city in the world. John, the city of my wife in Cape Town. We've got a fair few in South Africa, actually. To be fair, we've got Australia, it's Slovenia, Berkshire. Yeah, okay. Kind of called it. Tokyo. Whoa, we don't get many in Tokyo. Look, guys, let me talk through my 3 free transfers and what I've done. I did my moves last night, and I'm glad I went there because I think, were there price changes last night? There was expected to be a drop on Gyökeres. Let's see if it happened. I've not even checked. Yeah. So Sarr went up. Whoa, Mateta went up again. Raya went up. Gahey went up. 3 Crystal Palace went up, and Raya drops. The biggest drop was for Gyökeres. And then there's other drops like we care less about. Diouf, Strand Larson, Grealish, Gordon dropped. Love that. Looks like Virgil and Tarkowski may have dropped. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm glad I made the moves. I've made 0.1 on Raya. I've made the 0.1 I would have made on Gyökeres. By going early, I've saved 0.2 is my point. So I've gone Mark Guiu in for Gyökeres. That's now a dead spot. I don't have my bench boost. He can hide on the bench, right? I've then gone Mbermo in for Reinders. Now, that's a big call because the world and their dog will say, Janny, why did you not go for... Yeah, I think Virgil dropped Tarkowski. Why did you not go for... the sensible pick. And the sensible pick, I think we all agree, is Bruno Fernandes. I just fancy doing things a little bit. It's just how I manage, isn't it? I go for the vibes pick over the sensible pick a lot of the time. Both good picks. But yeah, that's where I landed. Let me know if you strongly disagree or agree with that. And guys, if you are in and you want to add to the comments or add to the chat, if you hit that subscribe button, you'll be able to do so. So thank you for joining this morning. But do be sure to like, it helps the algorithm. But do subscribe with the notification bell. And to all those already subbed, notification bell is our friend. And then my other move was Raya. I was talking about Calafiori all week. The reason I didn't go Calafiori was I just felt like if I end up going double Arsenal defence, I then can only ever play one of Senesi or Richards or Kilman or Mukiele. And I feel like they're just too good to only play one of the 4. I want to play 2 of the 4 most weeks. So it's almost like the opportunity cost of having Calafiori, and therefore Raya just made sense. The posh jumper is back. Oh, Maliki. Because I'm going out this morning, taking the daughter to ballet, and then I'm off around Uppingham. I'm dressed quite smart for the occasion. Look, I'm wearing white. What are they called? Like white. Trying to stand back so you can see. Pretty much. I've made a bit of effort this morning. It's not the hoodie or football top. The white cords. The white cords. Yeah. Good spot, Maliki. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you. When should I play triple captain? Probably not this week. You're going to have to play at Haaland, maybe Leeds, game week 13, home to Leeds. Pope about to get so many points, maybe, but Raya just doesn't give me a headache, and I don't like Pope's fixtures the next few. Like, he's going to concede, and he's got Brentford away, then Man City. Thinking the captain in Bowen, I don't love it. Get voted in the poll, by the way, guys. I've got a poll running on captaincy. This will be an interesting one because people will back against Haaland this week. Let's see how many of you are actually backing against Haaland. At the moment, about 23% are looking at going against Haaland. So almost 1 in 4 managers. Why am I against playing 4-5 at the back? I'm not. I'll tell you what, though, I do have a bench dilemma with Richards. I'm still unsure if I'm starting Richards or Minter. What made you start Senesi over Richards? Defcon plays a huge part. I think that makes a difference. Like, I know Senesi's getting me Defcon. Richards isn't guaranteed to. Senesi's got guaranteed, but it feels like a good bet. There's every chance I play. Should we do a poll? Shall we? Let's do a poll for Gianni's team then, because I am unsure about it. 20% of you are backing against Haaland. Right. Let's do another poll. Start a poll. Bench. No, let's do start one. I'm playing Richards over Senesi, says Freddie. No, I'm definitely playing Senesi, man. Start one. Richards or Minter. And I'm starting Kilman. Thoughts on buying Saka? Absolutely do it. 147 of you in. Thank you, guys, as always. I'm captaining Dubravka. Are you joking, Vic? At 72k, there's no way I'm going against Haaland. Very good. Very nice little integration of your rank there. Start Minty or Chow? Minter. Richards for Defcon. Yeah, but not like Senesi. At the moment, start one. Richards or Minter. Minter is winning out in the poll. Just 55-45. Yeah. Gahey or Senesi? Probably go Gahey just. Really hard, that. Should I tell you what the bookies odds for clean sheets are? Do you know what? Let me show you. I can grab it and show you. Because with the benching dilemmas, it's often worth just going, do you know what? I'm going to just look at the... Excuse me. Look at the bookies odds for it. So in terms of clean sheet, hang on. Let me just grab this Rob T graphic. Okay, let's go through it together, shall we? All right. I'm looking at Bournemouth defence versus... And obviously, it's not just about clean sheet. It's the extra points. But Bournemouth, 22% like to keep a clean sheet. Crystal Palace, 26. There's 4% in it. And I would argue Senesi is a greater goal threat. And I would argue Senesi is a greater Defcon threat. So I think for the 4% makeup, Bournemouth over Palace. If it's a Leaue or a Gahey, maybe you go Palace over Senesi. But if it's a Richards, who doesn't have the same goal threat as the other Palace, or assist threat, in Mark Gahey's case, as the other Palace defenders, I think we're good there. Now, I also have a West Ham defender, Kilman. Notice they are third for clean sheet at 35%. I mean, the bookies don't think anyone keeps a clean sheet other than Arsenal. That's what they're saying. Under 50% means they think less likely to keep a clean sheet than more likely. So yeah, shout out to Rob T and his graphics on Twitter. Check him out. But this is always useful to see. Caicedo or Minter? I'd probably play Caicedo this time, you know. I don't think many are going against Haaland. But if I was, I'd probably go Mateta. I wouldn't go Saka away from home. Arsenal will be 1-1. Yeah, I mean, get your predictions in for Arsenal Sunderland. I think that is a hard fixture to call. I'm going to go for 1-0 to the Arsenal, but it's such a hard one to call. So that's my prediction. Sunderland 0, Arsenal 1. Get your thoughts in on that one. When is that game? How are the Saturday games shaping up today? Let me just check. Obviously, we do the Sunday debrief every Sunday morning, reviewing the Saturday games. I'll be doing it live tomorrow. There's only 5 games, but still some really good ones. Like Spurs United's fun to analyse. I think Everton, there's still interest there versus Fulham. West Ham, Burnley, less so. Like very few will have a West Ham player. No one's going to have a Burnley starter. But then Sunderland Arsenal is a massive one to analyse, as is Chelsea Wolves. So yeah, some good games. We've got 5 on the Saturday, 5 on the Sunday. Guesses? Yeah, Eddie thinks a draw. Andrew thinks Arsenal win. Marino from a corner, maybe. Glad to see you, Azim. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick fire one this morning. Thank you guys for all watching. Just wanted to talk through my moves because I did my team selection. Keith's in the house from Australia. 3-0 Arsenal. I rate Sunderland more than that. Yeah, I saw the Joe Barnes stuff. 1-0, 2-0. I wouldn't captain Bowen if I was you. No, I'd captain Haaland. I'm going to put my vice captain on Mateta right now, by the way. I'm not going Saka with the vice captaincy. I'm going Mateta. So the graphic is a little bit out. Let's go vice captain Mateta. Done. Saved. Do I bench Richards or Minter? I think I bench Richards. I do expect Brighton to score, you know. Pino's a really good punt. I went for him in draft. I didn't get him, but Jeremy Pino is a really good option. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, obviously you prefer Sarr. All day long you go Sarr over Pino, but he scored a good goal in the week. Yeah, okay. Any good pre-wildcard differentials? I mean, look at my team. Minter's a really nice differential. Minter for sure. I like double Palace attack. I think Sarr and Mateta combined in differential in itself. Yeah, Sarr's starting. You're good there. Be shocked if he doesn't. Bench Semenyo for Richards. Behave. Mark's in the house. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Mark will always consider backing against Haaland in the tough games. He's one of those managers that will not just set and forget a captain when they're in form like Haaland, which is what we love about Mark and his style. And I try and do the same. And I look at next week and I'm pretty sure I'll back against Haaland. Trip to St. James's Park, away from home. One of the toughest trips. Although we have to remember Haaland went to the Emirates this season. We didn't expect him to score and he did. So he's just hit different heights and we all know that. But there's opportunity next week. You look at your Man United midfielders, they play Everton at home. You look at Arsenal, they've got a good home fixture. This week, good home fixtures. Chelsea have one. Chelsea have the best home fixture you could ask for, probably in Wolves. Wolves still don't have a manager, I think I'm right in saying. I think was Middlesbrough's press conference cancelled yesterday. I think it was, wasn't it? Would I captain Enzo? Mark, all I'm going to say with Enzo is there is every chance he plays in the midfield 2 with Caicedo tomorrow. Reece James played 90 in the week. Maresca did say last week Reece can now play 3 times a week, but there is a chance we see Reece James playing midfield with Caicedo and Gusto right back. But there's also a chance we see a midfield 2 of Caicedo and Enzo, and we see João Pedro playing 10, and we see Delap starting as the 9, or George starting as the 9, or Guiu starting as the 9. It's pretty hard to predict from those 3. I think we're going to see João Pedro playing 10, and with that, sure, Enzo's still going to be fairly box-to-box because Caicedo protects him so much. But we're not going to get Enzo playing 10 role, I don't think. And that would turn me off for captaincy. We don't know if we get Enzo on pens. We still don't know. We saw Enzo and João Pedro on the pitch together. Game week was it 2. He was having a stinker, João Pedro. Enzo was getting some stick off the fans. Those that were at Stamford Bridge that day felt like João Pedro was about to take the pen and gave it to, and there was a change of plan. I expect if there's a pen, Enzo takes it, but I'm 60-40. I wouldn't be surprised to see João Pedro if he's on the pitch, or Delap if he's on the pitch, take it. It's not set that Enzo's on captain. Look, I would, on pens, I don't love that shout. If you're looking away from Haaland for the armband, I'll say it again, I've just changed my vice captain to him. I'd go Mateta. Home fixture. The XG Palace are producing, you see against AZ Alkmaar, again, it was something like 18 shots. Like every time they play at home, they rack up the shot numbers. Such a big fan of going big on Palace attack. And Ismail Assar, you owe me big time. You owe me big time. He has had, and Saka, every time they play non-Premier League football, I just keep seeing goals. It's bugging me so much. So, like, Sarr, 4 goals in his last 2 non-Premier League matches. 4 goals since I wildcarded him in. Very little. Saka, I think I've had 1 goal since I wildcarded him in 7. 3 goals in his last 4 non-Premier League matches. If Saka and Sarr can do some points, that would be good. That'd be very good. Sigurd says, I'm sleepwalking. I thought it started 7:30 morning chases. I'm like, Mark. Yeah. Sigurd, Chasing Green Arrows, different channel, not my channel I present for and love, starts at 7:30 this morning, and I will be on Chasing Green Arrows this morning. So do come over and watch us. I'm just doing a quick half an hour on my channel because I can't do a proper deadline stream this morning because I'm taking my daughter to ballet, which is an 8:30 start, 8:30 out of the house. So yeah, I was like, just do what it was. I did my team selection video. And I spoke a lot about my 3 moves. And I spoke more. I said, I'm not locked in. I said, I'm doing Leaue. I said, I'm doing a Man United defender. And I said, I'm doing an Arsenal. I said, I'm doing an Arsenal defender and a Man United mid. But I didn't say who. And I didn't want you guys thinking, oh, I've done Calafiori and Bruno. No, I've done Mbermo and Raya. Oh, Mark, what do you make of Savona? There was a lot of talk in Italy. Why did Juve let him go? I thought he played really well last week. By the way, that was never a corner. He definitely kept the ball in play. So yeah, I don't know. When everyone, I don't know the timeline on Aina and Williams, but Savona's clearly great. Mark, let us know what your take is on Savona. I thought it was a bold move for him to leave Serie A. That he gets into most Serie A teams to then come to Forest to sit on the bench, effectively. 3 whiskies and I'll wake up on the sofa. Oh, I hope they were doubles, mate. Enjoy yourself. Why not go Timbergy? I want money in the bank. So this version of my team, the moves that I've just made, leaves me quite a lot of money. If I go down the Calafiori or Timber option for Kilman, it runs me very close. Or even Bruno instead of Mbermo. This way I've got 1.3 million in the bank. 1.3 million in the bank, I think, is going to be crucial in the coming weeks, as I maybe go for a Szoboszlai, or I maybe go for Van Dijk. I probably want Liverpool cover soon. Kanate, I could Kilman Kanate. Bradley, like I quite like. Morning, guys. Paul's in the chat. What's your take on 5 at the back? Depends on the 5, but fine. I prefer back 4 than a 5. And this week, I'm probably going back 3, but I could put Richards in for Minter. That is going to run close to the deadline, I think, for me. Get your questions in, guys. I'm here to answer them. Savona looks to be growing with every game. Nervous at first, he did, didn't he? Yeah, genuine prospect. Can he make it Premier League? That's the thing, isn't it? It's just such a very... I just feel with the difference, especially for a younger lad, especially for a defender, the physicality of the Premier League versus Serie A, and also the time and space. It does feel like you're playing with a second less on the ball every time. And when teams play in Europe and when teams play at international level, it's more like Serie A. Like if I watch the World Cup or I watch the Euros, it's a bit like watching Serie A. It's that pace. When I watch the Premier League, it's a different pace. And actually, maybe that's one of the reasons why I think Italy when they're in it, when they make a World Cup or a Euros, they often look quite comfortable because it's more suited to that pace of league, and the players are used to it. Premier League to a World Cup or Premier League to Euros is very different. But yeah, let's see how Savona looks. The Forest squad is insane, by the way. The depth. I almost feel like it's too big. Like Pep Guardiola would look at Forest and go, I don't want to work with that many players. Too many players knocking on my door. You have got enough games, fair, because of Europe, but to sign players like McAtee and Amari Hutchinson and Calawendo. Now, these guys, I think 2 of them started in the week, didn't they? I think McAtee started. I think Calawendo started up front. But you're like, these are quality players that they've spent a lot of money on that won't be on low wages. They'll be on middling wages, but big transfer fees. They're not all going to make it because they're going to get annoyed they're not getting first team football, and they're going to go out on loan in a year. Or they're going to be sold at a loss in a year. Some of those guys, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Dyche isn't one to rotate massively, although we've only seen Dyche when he manages Premier League. Like I remember him at Burnley, same 11 every week, same really at Everton. But knowing he's got the midweek rotation, you'll see the midweek games, you'll see rotation. But yeah, I feel like we still don't know quite his absolutely nailed 11, but we're getting there. Chris Wood is out again this week, by the way. I said to Mark last week, I fancy Igor against is it Igor? No, Igor Jesus is the centre back. Wait, no, it's Igor Jesus. There's two. Is Igor Jesus? Is it Igor? Is it Jesus? Is it Igor Jesus? Nottingham Forest budget forward. Yeah, it is Igor Jesus. What's the West Ham defender who was at Brighton? Is he Igor Jesus as well? He's Igor. He's Igor Julio dos Santos de Paulo. Okay. Anyway, I fancy Igor Jesus to bang against Leeds. My concern was minutes. Hello to everyone in the chat, by the way. Yeah, Igor Jesus is a forward. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I fancy Igor Jesus. Yeah, I think he'll be good. He was amazing in the Club World Cup. Yeah, these Brazilians with all their second and third and fourth and fifth names don't make it easy for us. So yeah. Anyway, back to my team. My forward plans, guys. I don't know how I get Szoboszlai in. This week was a real big dilemma for me because I want Szoboszlai, but the entry point's not great, and I really wanted Mbermo. Should I have gone Bruno? Let's just do a poll. If you're picking now, Bruno or Mbermo, who'd you pick? Come on. I know the smart choice. The sensible pick was Bruno. Would you go Bruno or Mbermo? Bruno. By the way, Mbermo, I think, plays game week 16. I was doing some research last night before I made this move. Game week 16, they're home to Bournemouth. That's a good fixture for Man United. So it's very likely Cameroon will let him stay at Man United for that one. There is talk he could even stay till game week 17, which is the same day AFCON starts, but Cameroon's game is 3 days into the tournament, 24th. Regardless, we're getting at least 6, if not 7 games. Now, last AFCON, I think it was Nana was released played the day before Cameroon's first game and then sat on the bench. Like, my point being, the club pull is quite strong for AFCON, that players will stay at the clubs as long as possible. So it's not for 5 game weeks. You will get game week 16, possibly even game week 17 with Mbermo. Hey, double pivots in the house. Just sit on your hands. Team looks good. Yeah, I've made 3 transfers, Suraj. But yeah, as in with the benching, I guess you're referring to. I have Bruno, but if I had neither, I'd go Mbermo. Whoo, thank you, guys. This is good. I thought you were all going to tell me to pick Bruno because Bruno is just the obvious choice. He's a sensible pick. He's got the routes to points. He's got the pens. You haven't got to transfer him out in 5-6 weeks. But yeah, good. Okay, 70% are saying they would buy Mbermo this week. Okay. I wonder if he actually would, but that's great to know. I went Cunha instead of both of them. Like, I don't think that's a bad shout. I think Cunha's fine. And he is a lot cheaper now. Cunha's 7.9. 8.4, 8.9. There's 0.5 between them all. Isn't Mbermo close to a price rise? I know he went up on Monday night, didn't he? Thank you, as always, everyone, for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys, as always. If you are in and you want to show support for the channel, I'd love you to hit that subscribe button. I'd love to get to 36k by the end of the month if we can. That's my target. And then I would love 37k by Christmas. Maybe you can help me get there. So yeah, if you're new around here, if you want to add your question, by the way, you'll see I'm flashing up so many. You've got to subscribe to put something in the chat. I'm eyeing Semenyo to Cunha. I'd be keeping Semenyo. The fixtures are still really good. Cunha is going to go on a good run soon. Yeah, he is. I still think in terms of average position, he's going to get a lot of shots from distance, but big chances, you just know Mbermo is going to get them. Saw a mate of mine had triple Man United in my mini league. Well, he's probably a United fan, isn't he? And look, because of no European football, we can't underestimate that. It is massive. They get a full week on the training ground. And I think that's quite powerful. It's powerful for Bournemouth. It's powerful for Everton. It's powerful for Brighton. They're the teams that I think will be the biggest beneficiaries because they're good teams. They're good FPL teams with good FPL options. Leeds don't have European football. I'm not saying go buy Leeds players. No love for Sesko. Sesko isn't the player they're necessarily looking for goals. He's there. He's a bit like an Evan Nilsson, a bit like a Gyökeres at the minute, where he's doing a huge amount of work for the team, but actually he's good for the wide forwards, but not necessarily the focal point himself. in terms of you're going to be the guy that gets me all the numbers. Why'd you buy in Burma if you already? Would you buy in Burma if you already have Bruno? No, I don't think you need the double up. I think I'd go Saka. If you, that means you almost certainly don't have Saka. By the way, I want to go on record here. I prefer Saka to both Mbermo and Bruno. I think if I was buying one midfielder in that price band, it'd be Saka all day long. Saka's been dodging points, but he's been very good. Would you do Pope to Raya? I've done Pope to Raya this week, mate. Yeah. Look, Pope's perfectly fine, and the fixtures long term are really good. I just want double Arsenal defence, and it's my best way for my team of getting there. Also, the next 2 or 3 for Pope are tough. Brentford away, he'll concede, I think. Man City at home, I think he concedes. Like, I just fancy Raya for an easy life. Joji in the house from St. Louis. Lovely, guys. Thank you for joining. 300 of you in the chat, which is awesome. Guys, do come and say hello if you're new around here. I don't know how often I'll do these early deadline streams, but it's lovely to have you. I want to answer some quickfire questions. Start Burn or Van de Ven? Probably Van de Ven. Play one of Rodon, Senesi, Van de Ven. Look, I'd play Senesi. He's the one that he gets DEFCON in like 80% of his games. Bench Achapong, who we don't know if he'll start, or Gahey. I'd start Gahey. Actually, no, Achapong probably doesn't come off the bench. You'd probably just start him and risk it. Garnacho, no, too risky. Start 2 out, Senesi, Burn, Richards, Rodon. Definitely Senesi, I'll give you 1. Probably Richards. Go for the home player there. Start Senesi or Richards. Guys, look at my team. I have Senesi over Richards. Clean sheet odds by the bookies are Palace 26, Bournemouth 22%. But for the extra 4%, you get closer to a DEFCON guarantee, and you get more goal threat from Senesi. Haaland will blank. João Pedro or Haaland. Guys, I am tempted to start Richards and bench Minty, you know. I just fancy with Palace playing on Thursday night, De Brighton come and score? Probably do. Does Krupi Jr. start? If he does, he only gets 60. Just woke up while you're streaming already. Yes, but I'm only streaming for another 5 minutes, dude. On this channel, and then I'm on Chasing Green Arrows. So I will be raiding Chasing Green Arrows as soon as they are live. We'll think about what the raid should be. Suggestions in the chat. Ice G, let us know your suggestion. Give Jenny a like and subscribe if you haven't. The best content out. Paul, you're very kind, mate. Thank you so much. Hi from Prague. Thoughts on Dubravka, Timber, Gabriel, Senesi, Salah, Minter, Semenya, Eze. Wow, he's got Salah and Haaland. And he's got Pope on the bench. Okay, I would be starting Pope over Dubravka. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate, Mark. The squad looks great. You can definitely roll. I would 100% start Pope over Dubravka if I was you. But other than that, I like it. Yep. Looks really good. Interesting to see what you do with Salah, if you keep him or not, or if you reshuffle and go to a Man United mid or a Arsenal or a Saka. But for now, Minter will have fun against Manoz if he plays down the left. Yeah, although Matoma's 50-50, we could see Minter on the right. Big G, best free hit. I can't do that now. I've not got time. Nice one, Mark. Yeah, we appreciate that super chat. I did Gyökeres and Mukiele out for Timber and Gahey from -4. Was it worth it to bench Richards? I don't know. Let's see. I'll tell you when we see if Timber keeps a clean sheet or not. No way I'm benching him into this week. Yeah, the fact that Palace played on Thursday, they could be a little bit tired as well. It's a big game for them. Lamans or Dubravka, probably Lamans. Good morning to James. Start Dubravka or Mamashvili, which could be his last game. I think Alisson is back after the international break, isn't he? Dubravka, I think. I think Dubravka. No. Start your Liverpool. I think start your Liverpool. I'd love Manoz. I've thought with my extra million, maybe I just upgrade Richards to Manoz. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Bench Senesi or Leaue. I'd be benching Senesi. I think Leaue is slightly better there. And he scored in the week. He got an assist in the week. Oh, what's best week for free hit? Sorry, dude. I'm going game week 13, but that's because I'm going to have... I've got 4 players in the Palace United game. They play each other. I probably don't go any in that fixture, maybe 1. And the other big game that week is Chelsea-Arsenal. and I've got triple Arsenal, and I'll take them out. I think they concede at Stamford Bridge. So I'm going game week 13 almost certainly. Pep's 1,000-month as manager, so I'm going to bench Gakpo. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Yeah, and hit all the buttons. Hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. We've got 300 of you watching. I'm guessing about 50 of you aren't subbed, which if you want to, that'd be cool. Murphy or Minter. Murphy, every time he starts, he scores. But I don't know. I just don't like Newcastle away from home. They were poor last time out. They haven't won away from home in it's something like 10 odd games. I'll bench Haaland this game week. No, you won't. No, you won't. Surely. You truly have the best content. Very kind of you, mate. If you want to know more stuff on my team, you can watch my team selection video. What's your live rank? Oh, I think I'm just inside the top million. I've not. I genuinely don't know my rank. Let's have a look now. Oh no, I'm 1,052,000. So yeah, around a mil. Gee, your team, start Richards or Senesi. Start Richards over Senesi. Oh, it's the DEFCON guarantee of Senesi, though, isn't it? I say guarantee. How many? Okay, let's do a quiz question. How many times has Senesi not got DEFCON this season? He's played 10 games. How many times has he missed out on DEFCON? Let's have a look. Guesses in the chat. Guesses in the chat. How many times has Senesi missed DEFCON? 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. Remember, so 1. Yeah, no, he's missed it twice, right? So Senesi missed it. Let me give you the fixtures to see if they're ones we might have predicted. He missed it against Forest at home. Just too comfortable. He only got 5, and he missed it against Fulham at home. So he actually misses it more, lesser opposition, with all due respect to Fulham and Forest, at home. 5 and 7. He's hit a 14, a 20, a 15, an 11, a 12, a 14, and 14. I mean, he hit 20 only a few weeks ago against Crystal Palace away. And then at the Etihad, he hit 14 away. He's getting DEFCON. I've got a 3 or 4 point floor. Yeah, the Fulham fixture. Yeah. All right, now Richards. How many times has Richards missed DEFCON? No, can I change the question? How many times has Richards hit DEFCON? Doesn't matter how you ask that one, actually. How many times has he hit DEFCON? Richards. Now, he has missed them in... Gosh, he's actually hit it the last 3. He missed it at home to Sunderland. He missed it at home to Forest. Again, recurring theme. So he's not hitting the last 3. And at home to Brentford. He misses them at home. Home to Brentford, missed it. Home to Sunderland, missed it. Home to Forest, missed it. He also missed it away to Arsenal by 1. Yeah, so okay, he's hit it 6. He's hit it 6. So 60% Richards, 80% Senesi. But given the matchups, Senesi pretty much guarantees it away from home. Richards at home often misses it. So I think if you look at Senesi away, it's something like 100%, I think. And if you look at Richards at home, I think it's something like 30, 40%. I haven't done the maths on that. Kilman's a trash pick. He's 4.3 million, and he's going to be my fifth defender most weeks. And I think he's got a very good chance of a clean sheet this week. Rob T's got him down as 3rd most likely. West Ham but yeah, Kilman's not great for DEFCON. Annoyingly, I thought he was going to be. And I fancy West Ham off the back of beating Newcastle at home. I fancy West Ham. Okay. Guys, I'm going to carry on answering your questions. There's 300 of you live, but CGA is live. So I've got... I'm going to go over to CGA, right? What should we raid them with? Let's raid them with Coach Gianni, because the last 2 weeks, Dean has said, I'm going to free hit. And I've said, Dean, what are you doing? He was going to do it last week. I talked him out of it. He was going to do it this week. And I think I've talked him out of it. So can we raid with Coach Gianni as an explainer to Dean that he might be beating me in FPL by a considerable margin. His 7-year-old son might be beating me by a considerable margin. He's around the top 100K, his 7-year-old son. But Coach Gianni is helping Dean this season, who's taking a very casual route to FPL. So look, this is Chasing Green Arrows. Let's go raid. The raid comment is Coach Gianni. Okay, Coach Gianni, let's go. Let's see what Dean says to that. He's going to hate it. He's going to hate it. He's going to roll his eyes. All right, see you later, guys. Coach Gianni over on Chasing Green Arrows right now. See you later. Chasing Green Arrows, search it on YouTube or click the link.